Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Hope you're all good. Hope you've all had a good Saturday so far. We are back with another one, and we are taking a look at a beer that is brewed sort of locally to me. I'm from Oswestry, on the border of North Wales, and the brewery that we're on about is Polly's Brew Co. They're out of Mould, North Wales. But this beer was picked up from the supermarkets, and as we all know, Polly's do put a few beers in the supermarkets now. And the one we are looking at was picked up from Morrison's in Shrewsbury, and this is a can of Polly's Rosebud IPA. It is coming in at 5.6%. You can't see it on there, but it's a lot easier to see on the back. 5.6%. It's a 440ml can and would have come in at £3.50. Part for 4 for 3. Pretty certain it was. So whether this was a free one or not, I'm not sure. But £3.50, and the artwork on that is absolutely lovely. I do like that, and it's got a nice feel to the can wrap. It feels like a quality can wrap. Not that that makes any difference to the beer, but there we go. So there you go. I'm not going to try and read too much on the back, apart from drink fresh, store cup. There's all the ingredients. I got the cup, sorry. I've been out for a couple of beers this afternoon, and it is deciding to repeat on me as I put the camera on. I've been indoors half an hour. I've not had a beer, but now when I put the camera on, it wants to repeat on me. Do you want to know what I had? No, you don't, do you? So I'm not going to. I don't have a Polly's glass. We're going to whack it in this Rivington Brewing Co. glass. The beer is chilled. Let's get it cracked open and see what we get. So while I'm pouring, I'm going to bore you shitless with what me and the missus are going to do. We've been in Spoons this afternoon. We've had a bite to eat. We've had a couple of beers up the Bailey Head. We've come home. And now we are, well, after this, we are going to sit down. Do you know what we're going to do? We're going to sit down and we're going to watch the racing channel. Enthralling, I hear you say. But I like watching a bit of horse racing. The missus likes watching a bit of horse racing. And we're going to have a bit of fun and do some little bets between us. We're going to watch Wolverhampton races. And then later on, when I get nibbly, we've got ham and we've got patty and we've got some lovely fresh bread. We are nibble. There you go. You don't need to hear anymore. Fuck me. If you're not sleeping already, you will be soon. Beer in a glass. There we go. It's looking a bit darker there. It's going to be... It's depending on the light, isn't it? This, for me, holding it up there, is a very hazy, lemon-looking beer. Kind of looks kind of light in body and that, holding it up. We've got about a finger and a half of head on top, and I think that is going to be quite light and fluffy. But it looks decent. It looks decent. It looks a little bit darker and murkier on the screen from what I'm looking at. But in general, it's a little bit brighter this side, but it does look good. So I'm not sure of the hops because I can't read a can. Yes, somebody said, you like your glasses, Baz, get some sorted. I need to. We are. One day, I'm going to shock you. You're going to be watching this. Baz's going to have a pair of glasses on. You're going to be, who the fuck's that? It's Baz. It's Baz with glasses on. Anyway, let's have a sniff. Oh, yeah. It's lovely. A very dry, sort of dank, musty note. Very hoppy. I always think if you get supermarket beer that feels very hoppy, there's promising signs there. And that's the biggest flavour. There is pineapple in there for me. Dank, musty pineapple. And not sort of like that fake pineapple. This feels like a pineapple, a tropical juicy note that you get from hops. Not forced. Smells decent. Really does smell decent. So I'm going to get the rest in the glass. Stop boring you all with what I'm talking about. Let's take a look. Polly's Rosebud IPA, 5.6%, picked up from Morrison's. £3.50, part of a 4 for 3, I believe. Out of North Wales. Let's dive in. Give it a go. Cheers. Yeah, that's nice. That is nice. 5.6%. It's a reasonably big beer. I would say the body maybe doesn't reflect the ABV, so I'm sort of saying it's light. That said, it's light, but the beer has a softness about it. It's very soft, and it's got that softness of water that I mentioned before in a video that's going to come up, or that has been up, or will be up by the time this one goes up, that you get in certain countries when you have a shower or something. The water is very soft, and it's got that feel about it, and I can't help but feel that it's going to give it a lightness. It's a nice body. It's not disappointing. The carbonation isn't too much, so it doesn't ruin the mouthfeel. It's extremely soft. It's very fluffy in the mouth. It's got that pillowy kind of mouthfeel. Pineapple, tropical, slightly sweet, but there's a bitterness in there, and I think you're getting some grapefruit in there, and I think it feels like a grapefruit bitterness for me. It's nice and hoppy. It's bold on the hop notes, and that's what I'm liking about this. You're getting the flavours. They don't feel artificial. They don't feel pumped full of sugar. They feel like hop flavours. And that always worries me with stuff like Tiny Rebel and what have you. You're getting all these massive notes, along with Northern Monk. You're getting all these massive notes, but no real hoppy feel to it. The fact that you get that big hoppy feel to this, they feel more believable. They feel more real. It is light. It's got a nice crispness about it. It's refreshing. I'm going to say now, with the flavours, the fact that it's light, it's crisp, it is more of, this is the sort of beer that you really want. Not on a dark, dull day like this. This is the sort of beer that you want on a nice, warm summer's day. It's really going to cut through that heat and that thirst that you're going to have on a warm day. Day like today, don't get me wrong, it's a very nice beer, but it hasn't quite got the same feeling. We all know that sort of thing. We expect that. A nice dank mustiness that maybe not as full on as a double IPA would give you, but you're getting that feel of it in there, and that's very nice. The 5.6%, I think this drinks like a 5.6% beer. Yeah, it's light, it's fluffy and all that lot, but I think along with that dankness, that mustiness, the bold flavours, that sort of bitter edge, I think it gives you that impression of a 5.6% beer. I think they've got it very well balanced. If you want to be finicky, you could say the body, but it drinks really nice. And I think there's a lot of honesty in this beer. £3.50 from Morrison's. I do sometimes wonder if some of these breweries, and I'm not going to pick out Polly's in particular, but it makes you wonder if a lot of their beers are brewed to a price point, and you think, because some of the ones brewed to a price point are fucking awful, they're shit, they really are shit, that they hold a little bit back on them, and every now and then they release a beer that has a little bit more than the others. It's almost like they're holding a bit back so they can just release a couple of beers that actually you go, this is actually very decent. And I think this is one of them. I you know, apart from the body, would you like it a little bit heavier? Yeah, but I'm finding a lot of beers, not just in supermarkets, I'm finding a lot of beers don't seem to have the weight that they used to have. So really, in today's terms, rather than 3-4 years ago, I think that's a very good supermarket beer. I think that is one that justifies the price. Yeah, IPAs, we've seen them all before. Yes, it's got all them flavours, but I think this has that boldness that makes it stand out a little bit. So for me, Polly's Rosebud 5.6% IPA, picked up from Morrison's, £3.50, part for 4 for 3. I think that's a very decent beer. I think that justifies the price, no problem. If you've had the beer before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy your Saturday night. I'm going to sit down, get the horse racing on, and enjoy that. Hopefully I'll win a bet with the missus. Thanks for watching. See you on another one. Cheers.